Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Zero Dark Nerdy, the world's most notorious pop culture podcast, brought to you by the Believe Podcast Network, betonline.ag, and our good friends over at rabbitcomics.com. Be sure to hit them up for all your incredible comic book needs. They have an amazing app, an amazing online store. Again, the website is rabbitcomics.com. This is your boy Brian, a.k.a. El Nino, and today I'm joined with...
Hey, it's Don, a.k.a. Cool Don, the Goblin Trivia God.
That's the best M'Baku
forever, man. That's my guy. I love that guy. Oh, man. Mateo, a.k.a. Tet Matty.
Right. Hey, air horns all around there. In case you haven't noticed by now, we are going to be covering Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. There are spoilers ahead, so this will air later on this week, so we're giving you a good week and a half to get into the movie. So if you have not watched the movie yet, you may want to put this episode on hold and come back to it. If you have, we definitely want to know your reactions, what you think about it. Please be sure to check out our website, Zero Dark Nerdy, which is popculturepodcast.com. Send us your comments, and of course, you can find us on social media. So we're going to go over...
Can't make it any easier for you.
Exactly. popculturepodcast.com. Even M'Baku
we the
can
ones.
get that. M'Baku says popculturepodcast.com. So we're going to go over just kind of, initial feedback, reviews, and of course, we're going to get into our grades. And then Jerry, our very luxurious trivia host here in Greensboro, North Carolina, doing it.
Luxurious notebooks.
Doing trivia 5+ nights a week now.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have a little trivia round after. So speaking of Jerry, why don't we go ahead and start with just your first reactions. I know Matthew and I saw it at the same time. You went after trivia to go see it.
Yeah, I went after my Thursday gig and got out of there. Plenty of time, got my seat, was ready to go by myself, but it was great. It was so good to get to see it. It's super powerful movie. I mean, we knew what we were getting. We kind of knew what we were getting. It was going to be an all-out tribute, and it was like throughout the entire movie. Chadwick Boseman was all over the place. Like he was felt everywhere in this movie.
Couldn't agree more. Could not agree more.
It had some great action set pieces, but a lot of the movie is it's something that you don't always get to see, especially in a 2-hour plus thing. I mean, you can flesh out characters in a show,
right, very
well.
Right.
But what they did with these characters, I mean, we don't have a T'Challa anymore. So we fleshed out a lot of other characters. A lot of them could have been fleshed out a little more, but I loved what we got in the movie. And it was a more personal story versus an action set piece.
I mean, especially for certain, like it's really more about Shuri than anything else.
Yeah.
Her struggles, her journey, her everything.
And you can tell she does not want it, like throughout the whole movie. Like she didn't plan for this.
That's what, I applaud her whole performance.
Yeah.
Because she stepped way up. She was the movie. I mean, between her and Angela Bassett, Angela Bassett killed it. Like she should win awards for that.
Yeah.
And Letitia Wright injured herself too. Like I remember hearing they shut it down because she injured herself on set.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Performing her own stunts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I felt her pain the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
She was really hurting.
Yeah.
She missed her brother.
Yep. Basketball is back, and BetOnline remains your number one source for all your sports betting needs this season. You'll always find the latest odds, team matchup info, player news, and game trends at BetOnline. And as your continued source for all sports wagering information, BetOnline features live betting, free contests, and giveaways all season long. Always the fastest and easiest way to bet all your favorite sports and events, whether that's the NFL, NBA, NHL, MMA, tennis, boxing, or even golf. Head to betonline.ag to join and receive your 50% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Make sure to use promo code BELIEVE, spelled BLEAV, to receive your rewards. BetOnline, where the game starts.
What did you guys think of Namor?
Meh. Yeah. Meh. Yeah. I think this is,
all right.
you know, and the MCU is really, I feel, great at bringing in, you know, quote unquote villains. And I say that because is he a villain? Is he not? Is he looking after his people, his culture? You know, but at the end of the day, I mean, you go back to even Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff like that. Like, I feel like the MCU does a phenomenal job with their villains. And, you know, it was just weird because Namor is technically one of the first superheroes ever to have a comic book.
Yes. From timely comics before it was Marvel.
Exactly. So you're looking at someone that was, you know, officially, whatever, non-officially, really one of the first comic book superheroes out there.
There's more ways to fuck it up.
Yeah. So
because
not saying that I hated his performance. Don't get me wrong. I thought he was very well, but I feel like they could have just brought it in a little bit better and really brought it home too, because, you know, I'm sure you remember at Endgame, she mentioned the earthquake. Sequoia. You know, and I thought they were going to kind of bring that into it because that's when we were all like, you know, just kind of suspicions like, oh shit, this may be Namor. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that I hated this performance, but it's definitely not my favorite, quote unquote. And I say that being because I feel like everybody's got two sides unless it's a different thing.
But that's the thing. It's like flooded now. Like it's all anti-heroes.
Yeah. Right.
Like I like the fact that he was obsessed with his people, which in the comics he is obsessed with his people. He wants to be a good ruler. He wants to protect his home city. Mm-hmm. But he's snarky in the comics, and this guy wasn't snarky.
No,
he was very genuine,
down to business.
Yeah,
like I wanted the snark. I wanted him to fuck with everybody, you know, in some way. But
I kind of caught a little bit of that at the end.
Yeah,
when he was talking to
Namora.
Yeah, and breaking it down for her.
Yeah, his
mansplaining.
Plan. Yeah, mansplaining the Aqua plan.
But so, do you guys think that unfairly so? Obviously, like it has to compare with Aquaman because Aquaman is established,
right?
As far as in the movies, and it's Jason Momoa, and he did that, and that movie was surprisingly good in comparison to all the other DC shit.
Sure,
right. Sure. So, and yes, Namor came first,
right?
Right.
Yes, it did.
But timeline wise, people watching these movies,
right?
What did they have compared to?
They already know Aquaman.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And, you know, the one thing I feel like after this movie, I'm not really interested in seeing a solo project with him.
From him.
Yeah. You know, you can add him to the universe. I'm not saying he's a terrible character. You know, we've definitely seen, you know, I don't want to say super worse, but we've seen some worse ones out there. But if they were like, oh, we're doing a Namor movie, I would just kind of be like, You know,
kind of blew it.
We got a little bit. Yeah, because we got a little bit of the backstory. You know, I feel like we got a lot of the backstory.
Yeah.
Actually, I take that back. We got a lot of the backstory.
Got all that backstory.
Yeah, and big ups to Matthew too, because he sent me a link today where a lot of those scenes where his birth and him as a child, and then we'll get to it later, like the end scenes and mid credit scenes were filmed in Puerto Rico.
That's right.
So big ups to the motherland out there. So what were just your other reactions about the movie and how you felt about it?
Well, I just immediately thought it was fucking sad.
Yeah.
I mean, from the Marvel Studios intro, like it was dead silent and it was all Chadwick and purple.
Yeah.
You know, I do feel like there were a lot of awkward silences.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much awkward, but like too long. Angela Bassett's arms.
Big ups to Skylar Brown. I saw his Facebook post today.
What was it?
It was like Angela Bassett's arms need to be considered for an Academy Award or something like that.
Yeah, that was amazing. Like spoiler alert. Shuri lost her entire family.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I did not expect Angela Bassett to die.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
and the whole twist where she sees Killmonger instead. And,
Right.
like,
Well, she was in that state of mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where she
the
even said
fire.
it before she wanted to just burn the world down or whatever. And that you could tell that was taking an influence on Shuri.
So I think it was well written
Yeah.
as a movie, but also very well played out by Letitia Wright.
Yeah.
And they kept a lid on Michael B. Jordan being actually in the movie. I mean, it was
I knew he was
rumored.
We
gonna
knew
be
that
in
he was
it.
going to be in it, but not in what capacity.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was great. I
Yeah,
really liked it.
Ghost Killmonger.
On the throne.
Spirit, yeah.
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 I think Ryan Coogler took because he had a completely he had a
He had to write the
completely
whole
different
movie
script.
again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then change it to do that and include all the shit. Here's like the bullshit like movie making stuff. Because I'm sure Marvel was like, you gotta include this so that we can, go into this show. You got to do this so we can
Now, see,
hype up this movie.
I hear that a lot of people are complaining about Ironheart, that she was expendable. It wasn't even necessary to be
I
in it.
enjoyed her performance as Riri Williams. However, Riri Williams didn't need to be in the movie at all. I'm glad she was.
Yeah.
But from her introduction, I was hyped. I was like, all right, let's go. Let's learn more about this person. And then they kind of just let it die on the vine and didn't give us enough. And I'm sorry, I did not like that newer armor. I don't
like
like
Metroid.
it. Yeah, it looks, I don't like it. I'm glad Shuri kept it in Wakanda so that she has to make her own shit for her new show. But I liked, like I said, I was really hyped, and then we didn't really get much else from her.
Yeah.
There's a whole show coming.
Well, yeah.
There is. And I mean, I'm hoping, obviously, I think we're all hoping is for some kind of backstory, I mean, at the end of the day, I agree. I think she was very just if she wasn't in the movie, I don't think it would have made the movie any worse or any better at the end of the day. Like, I don't think she improved the movie by any means. I do like her character. I think that she played great, but it was just one of those things where I was like, and my only gripe is this was a phenomenal movie. I think the way that they took care of Chadwick Boseman was in a very respectful manner throughout beginning to end.
Yeah.
Even in the beginning when you see Shuri coming in and trying to save his life, like they don't go into a whole thing like how he got to where he was. They actually reflected more of how he was in the real world.
Right.
You know what I mean? It wasn't
Right.
like, oh, well, this happened in at Endgame in the battle with Thanos and all this other shit. Because there was a part of me for the longest time that I did not know how much of this movie would have taken place before the blip and after the blip.
Right.
And that was kind of my biggest question mark. So I was glad that they didn't do any time jumps and it was, straight up after the blimp or blick.
Blip.
Yes. That's why we had it. The blip. And at the same time, they also paid a beautiful respect to him in the beginning. Of course, like Matthew said, with the Marvel coming in, no music, just Chadwick. And what I loved about that too is it wasn't just scenes from the movie. You see like outtakes and him laughing and stuff like that. And I love seeing everything like that. I'm a huge behind the scenes fan. Anything behind the scenes, the more I get to see about the story and the people and everything going on, I just love. And then, we just get these amazing performances. So to me, the movie, it did feel long. It was long. I do feel like they could have cut out some stuff. I really feel like as much as I enjoyed Ironheart in the movie, I understand that was the cause of Neymar's society being like, we need to find this scientist that figured out a way to find vibranium. But I feel like they could have maybe done it another direction. Yeah. You know what I mean? To where we could just get an original.
It's a flimsy premise. Isn't it?
Yes. Yes. Very well said. Very well said. It's like, we need to go to MIT and swim our asses up there and get her ass and kill her.
You think it was the thing where somebody was like, Riri Williams is in this movie, figure it out? Do you think that's what happened? Or do you think
was she in the original script?
I don't know. Or do you think Coogler always wanted to put her in it? I don't know.
I think if I had to predict, I think this is like a Feige thing. Like we need to figure out a way to introduce her to the MCU. And if you can introduce her.
Because there's a new show called Ironheart.
Right. And now obviously we can introduce her and hopefully it gets done right. But I feel like this would not have been Coogler's first choice.
No.
As far as the antagonist in general,
It's the world building thrust upon the
Right.
creators by the studio.
Right. Right.
A little rushedly.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't think it would have been worse
Yeah.
or better if she was not.
No, agreed.
No.
Like, I'm not saying this is a bad, terrible
I
movie.
enjoyed
my
what
only
she did in the
complaints-
movie.
Yeah. And like I said, my only complaints is I felt like at least 20 to 30 minutes probably could have been cut out of it for 2 hours and 45. And I appreciate obviously
It was 30
everything they
minutes
did
too long for
Chadwick.
you.
That was it. 30 minutes too long. Huh. Yeah. I don't, and I feel like if they were going to do more with Neymar and everything else, that they could add that somewhere else. I just feel like, as much as I love Coogler, because he is a phenomenal director, and paying as much tribute to Chadwick as they did. And the good thing is, to me, it definitely didn't feel like overkill. You know what I mean? It was like the beginning, heartstrings, obviously Shuri just battling with everything. Like, that was not just her brother, like that's her best friend. You know what I mean? And just seeing, and I'm
And
really
then her
glad.
mom.
Right. And then her mom, because that's what I really like too, is like, it's not like they just threw her in like, all right, your brother's gone. You are now Black Panther. You know what I mean? Like, she was going through her own battles and everything else. And then she battled with, do I want to take on this whole thing? As far as being the Black Panther.
She felt like she had to.
Right. So, I mean, the battle with her obviously was the biggest storyline of it all. But I love the performances. I thought it was good. Was I bored in my mind? No. I've seen shorter movies that I fell asleep through. This one I definitely would not have ever fallen asleep through. Great tribute to Chadwick. Could they have cut some stuff out? Sure. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, though, I feel like that
Everett, who? Like, we didn't even talk about Contessa DeFontaine.
Oh,
we didn't talk about any of that shit.
Yeah. So let me get your take on this whole thing, because that they do tie it in with the TV shows now, and
Right.
And of course, we have
that's
the
another
announcements
thing.
for Thunderbolts.
Yeah, that's another thing. They're like, you need to, we're going to plug Thunderbolts. We're going to plug all the shit. But we learned that
They were married.
Val.
Yeah.
We learned that Val and Everett Ross were married. Mm-hmm. We find out that she's the head of the fucking CIA now.
Yeah.
And we find out that she would love it if America was the only country with vibranium. Mm-hmm. So that's totally setting up her sending in the Thunderbolts to try to destabilize Wakanda. And that's probably what's going to happen at the end of the next phase. So, yeah.
Well done, sir.
Yeah.
Well said.
Yep.
Well said.
Yep.
But it was fun to see her play dumb.
Yeah.
And we know that she's so smart and she's got all
What about
these
the beads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I bugged those. I'm like, idiot.
I think it's unfair, but the movie is a victim of its own first movie.
Right. Like
How do you
most
top
sequels
that?
are. Yeah.
Or it's like the Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron. Like it's kind of the same thing where they made them set up all this extra shit in the second one. It wasn't as good as people thought, and
I enjoy Age of Ultron.
oh, me too. But it felt a little rushed. Where this one like kind of dragged a little bit.
Yeah. So as far as your grade, and this time actually let's start with Matthew, and then we'll go to Jerry and then me. Like, what's your grade as far as out of 5 gold coins? What would you grade it?
Oh man, it's definitely rewatchable. Mm-hmm. It was a lot of sad.
Yeah.
It was like an overwhelming amount of sad.
Yeah. It was a great tribute to Chadwick Boseman, plain and simple.
But then at the same time, you have to appreciate who stepped up and what they did with what they had.
Yeah.
So let's give it 4. Let's give it 4.
Okay.
Let's give it. I mean, we're coming off of Love and Thunder.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely had that going for it.
I'm gonna go. I don't want to get yelled at, but I'm gonna say like 3.5.
Yeah, that's what I was.
It gave me what I
On the fence
wanted.
there.
It's not bad. It's good. It's not. It could be. I don't know. With a little work, it could be amazing, but I don't know.
Right, but what would you change?
You can't.
You can't. That's why, I mean, aside
It's just-
from
it's a
Neymar
victim-
himself,
it's a victim of its own circumstances.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. I don't have a half coin. But
Half coin.
half coin. I got to go with Jerry as well. Now, as far as and this is another conversation for another day, and we'll definitely do this here before we wrap up the year. You know, we are coming up on 200 episodes, and we started off our
200.
I know. Wow. It's crazy. Getting ready to hit year 5. One of our first episodes, we were doing like a ranking of MCU movies. So now we'll have to do a re-ranking because, you know, it'll be 5 years since then. And now we're
movies and shows, or
yeah, that's the thing. We got to incorporate the shows because we didn't have the shows before. But we'll do separate
You don't need
rankings.
to have like a tournament style board.
right.
let them battle it out.
Mortal Kombat. But myself, I am going to give it 3.5 as well. In regards to the MCU movies that have come out this year, this is my favorite. I liked it better than Thor. I liked it better than Doctor Strange. Like I said, I think they commemorated and did a fantastic tribute to Chadwick. And I mean, the fact that he did all this and very, very few people knew what he was going through.
Yeah, suffering in silence.
Tremendous. I mean,
for the work.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
that's a level of professionalism I've never seen.
Yeah. It's amazing, you know, and you know, to me, I think it's one of the most beautiful send-offs I've ever seen in my entire life. Period. You know, it wasn't just you know, this one's for Chadwick at the end. You know, Ryan, he's already said that he was incredibly instrumental to being a part of this because of Chadwick and to begin with, and he wanted his advice and feedback. And I feel like this, you know, this movie did it justice. You know, like I said, I give it 3.5 just because I feel like it's a little long. I do feel it's a little rushed with some of the side characters. You know, I understand, and I really do feel like there was a lot of influence with Kevin, or Kevin, according to She-Hulk.
Oh, Jesus. Kevin Bot.
The Kevin Bot. But besides that, I mean, Coogler still makes great cinematic films. I mean, just the visuals are beautiful. Soundtrack's amazing. The storyline's still good. You know, I'm not giving it 3.5 because I think that this movie is like trash compared to the others. I'm just giving it 3.5 just because, you know, I'm comparing it to other MCU films. You know what I mean? And I really honestly should give it a 4. So let me just go ahead and give it a solid 4. Yeah. I'm gonna go back with Matthew on that one. I'm a sidestep. But yeah.
You just got to think about all of it.
Yeah.
All of it.
It's a
It's
lot.
not just a movie.
It's not just a movie.
It's yeah.
All right.
All right. So what's the trivia we got?
Oh yeah, you ready for
Yeah.
some trivia?
Yeah, let's do it.
You want to
Let's
kick
do
off
it.
that?
Hold on. By the way, before we kick off trivia, why don't you tell all of our listeners, especially here in North Carolina, where they can find you at?
Oh my God, there's so many now. Let's see. On Mondays, I'm at Bearded Goat downtown, Greensboro. On Tuesdays, I'm at Odin Brewing on Gate City Boulevard. Wednesdays, I'm at Stumble Stiltskins, and every other Wednesday, I'll be over at Bourbon Bowl downtown Greensboro. If you are looking for a late night option, I've got 10 to midnight at Wednesdays at your favorite dive bar in North Carolina, Westerwood Tavern. On Thursdays, I'm jumping over to Revolution Mill, Bearded Goat. And then Fridays, back over at Stumbles for a brand new, totally different set. And once every quarter, you can see me over at Starmount Country Club.
There you go.
This is my new ringtone.
I know, right? This thing goes hard and it's long too.
All right, guys, this is my newest Marvel round. I've got like 8 or 9 now.
It jumps all over?
Yeah, this will jump all over. It includes some of the newer things. Mm-hmm. So I think we've seen enough where I don't need to give you the multiple choice. Some of these are, but I'm probably just going to hold that back from you. Mm-hmm. Number 1, who killed Wanda's brother, Pietro Maximoff?
Ultron.
All right. Boom. And you want to just go head to head?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. 1 for Brian. All right, here we go. This one's number 2 is worth 2 points. Name the 2 actors that played Tony Stark's friend, Colonel James Rhodes.
Don Cheadle
And
Okay.
and Terrence Howard.
boom. All right.
Whoop that trick.
All right. 2-1. Mateo. Number 3. This Captain America catchphrase became a Broadway song in the show Hawkeye.
I can do this all day.
Yes, correct.
Damn. three.
That's what this sounds like.
Yeah.
I can do this all day.
Hawkeye's
I
there
can
too.
show you the world.
I can tell you what, he wasn't there.
Oh God, that was best. All right, number 4. What color is the soul stone?
Purple.
Incorrect.
Green,
Incorrect. Keep going.
red,
Incorrect.
Yellow.
orange.
Incorrect. Yes.
I'm like trying to look up the fucking.
We didn't see it a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Number 5. Camp Lehigh is an army base that Steve Rogers was trained at. In what state would you find Camp Lehigh?
New York.
Incorrect.
Nebraska.
New Jersey.
All right, still
give him
5-1,
that one.
still
Give it.
5-1.
Now
Come on.
the other day people were putting Pennsylvania and New York, and I was like, damn it.
The Garden State.
All right, here we go. Number 6. Jennifer Walters, aka She-Hulk, represented this real life music artist.
Who is Cardi
Megan the
B?
Stallion.
Who is
Megan the Stallion?
Megan the Stallion.
Megan the
That's correct.
Stallion.
Goodness.
Yada, 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 yada,
killed.
yada, yada, yada.
My multiple choice for that one was Cardi B, Megan the Stallion, or Doja Cat.
Oh,
All right, this one's worth 3 points.
This is where you catch up.
this is where I make it respectable.
Number 7 is from the show Loki. What do the letters TVA mean? Let's start with a T. What does the T in TVA mean?
Oh,
What do you mean,
don't
come
feel
on?
bad for me. Go
Say it.
ahead. Go
Say
ahead.
it.
Time.
Okay, there it is. Time.
Time Variance Association.
All right, you got variance.
All right. Academy.
Keep going.
Oh, I like association. That's good.
Advocacy.
All right. So old people at my trivia put Tennessee Valley Authority. And so it was XX check because authority is correct. So Time Variance Authority.
Okay. So we'll just give me one for that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that way
Yes.
it's 6-2.
Number 8. We see the character Black Panther for the first time in what movie?
Civil War.
Correct.
Literally just said that.
Trying to make it respectable.
That's fine.
Ooh. How many characters have we seen holding Mjolnir up until now? How
3.
How many characters have we
Yeah.
seen holding Mjolnir? 3. You say?
No, you would tell me if I'm right or wrong.
No, he said 3.
I
What do you
said
say?
I know, but when I answer, you would tell me if I'm right or wrong.
You trying to go high low?
That's wrong.
That's
Okay.
wrong? Okay.
3 is wrong.
Holding Mjolnir.
Yes.
2.
More.
No way.
Now,
More than 3?
I'm not talking like if it's on the ground and somebody's touching it, that's not.
No,
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 no.
no.
Holding
no.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go through the list.
Cap.
1,
Vision.
2,
Oh. Thor.
3,
Lady Thor.
4.
Ah.
And Gore.
Athena. No.
Gore held Stormbreaker.
Yeah. No, but the sister.
Hela.
Hela. That's
Yeah.
it. Hela.
Hella.
5.
One more.
There's 6?
There are 6. Odin.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Still 6.
That was good. That was a good question.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a great question.
Good question.
All right. This was worded differently for them, so I'm just going to get you to guess all 6.
Okay.
Number 10. There are 6 superpowered villains in Spider-Man: No Way Home. Name them.
So name all 6?
Yeah. Superpowered villains. There's one.
Jamie Foxx.
That's not a villain. That's the host of Beat Shazam.
Electro. Yeah. Electro.
Django.
Electro. All right.
Electro. Yeah,
Electro.
Doctor Strange.
Doc Ock.
He's not a villain.
Oh, villains. Villains.
Doc Ock, Green of
Doc
the
Ock.
Goblin.
Okay. There's 4.
Sandman.
And who's number 6?
Green Goblin?
I just
Said him already. Superpowered villains.
Venom.
There it is.
Oh.
Venom at the end.
Yep.
And so that's that was my new Marvel round.
That was
Hey, thanks, man.
ass kicking.
Yeah. I've done it.
All right, though. It's all
I've
right.
done it
That's why we
everywhere.
do- That's
so-
why we do trivia. That's why we do trivia. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for this episode. On behalf of Jerry and Matthew, be sure to check out popculturepodcast.com, which is our website, courtesy of our good friends over at Zibster. That is ZIBSTER. Be sure to check them out for some amazing websites at some incredible prices, and they can take care of your SEO needs. As always, the Believe Podcast Network, betonline.ag, and our good friends over at rabbitcomics.com. Be sure to check us out on all social media avenues. And we'll see you next week.
Avenue. Peace.
Walk on through Electric Avenue.
Victory! And anger management?
Fuck anger management.
Thank you for listening to Believe. You can show support to your host by subscribing to the show and giving us a 5-star rating on your preferred platform. Check us out at Believe.com and search for BLEAV on YouTube.